And we have a special guest in our studio. We have another Sarah. We have Sarah Robinson.
Good
Hello
morning.
there, Sarah.
Good morning.
All right, so Sarah is actually from the State Center of Disease Control, the CDC. And this month of May happens to be Lyme Disease Awareness Month, which is a terrible disease.
Yes.
Is the only way to contact it through getting a tick bite?
That is true.
No kidding, yeah.
Wow.
All right, so what do we do during Lyme Disease Awareness Month?
First off, we want you to avoid getting ticks at all in the first place. If you can avoid getting a tick on you, you can avoid Lyme disease.
Well, that's perfect advice right there. But, okay, let me ask you something. Do they have some type of tick repellent, like if you're out in the woods or something like that?
There are. There's actually 5 EPA-approved repellents. 4 are effective on your skin and 1's effective on your clothing.
Okay.
So the one that's for your clothing is fantastic. It's called permethrin. You treat your clothes with it, and it repels ticks and mosquitoes for 6 to 8 washings after that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
If you're in the woods all the time and you have clothes that you wear in the woods all the time, you can treat those clothes, and then you will be repelling ticks and mosquitoes for the next 6 to 8 washings.
Is that like a spray-on thing that you can spray?
It is, yeah.
And the ones for the body?
The ones for the body, I mean, everybody's heard of DEET. That's the most common one. There's also picaridin, IR3535, and oil of lemon eucalyptus. So there's some options.
And those you can spray on your body too, but they don't last.
They don't last
you have to put those
long,
on occasionally, obviously, while you're out in the woods.
Continue to reapply,
Well, anything you would suggest for pets?
For pets, actually, it's a little bit different because they have the treatments like Frontline, Heart Guard, that kind of thing that you can put on pets to help prevent the tick bites.
Okay.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that Frontline and Heart Guard stuff like that, those are the ones that you sort of like put behind their neck and then run straight down their back?
Exactly.
Do they have different types for larger and smaller dogs, or can you use both the same?
Cats.
Do you know?
My cat goes outside.
Or cats, yeah. Your cat goes outside.
I know it's different for cats and for dogs because there's some things that affects cats' nervous system that they can't use. I believe it is by weight.
Okay. Best thing to do would be to ask the experts at the vet or at the store when you go buy something like that. Now, what happens, though, when you contact Lyme disease?
When you contact Lyme
disease? I mean, I know it's a terrible disease, but is there anything, what's being done medically for that?
You know, it's a hot topic of conversation. There's a lot of interest in it. Lyme disease itself is actually fairly easy to treat if you catch it early. The problem is if people don't realize they had the tick on them, they don't see the bullseye rash, which is the most common symptom of it. If it's caught later, it can cause much more difficult problems.
Oh, yeah. So the earlier the better to detect.
Absolutely.
Now, if you get a tick on you, does that automatically mean you're going to get Lyme disease, but not necessarily?
The good news, actually, so there's deer ticks and dog ticks are the 2 most common ticks in Maine.
Okay.
Dog ticks do not carry Lyme disease, just deer ticks.
Oh, well, that is good news.
Yeah, so only half the ticks.
So, yeah,
and those are the little
they
ones.
Are the little tiny
Although
ticks.
once they're engorged, it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh, yeah, and they get bigger.
They do get bigger.
The longer they stay on you, obviously, because they suck your blood.
Exactly.
What would you recommend to somebody if they, oh my goodness, I have a tick on me?
Get it off first thing.
How do you do?
What's the
best way to get it off?
Yeah.
We recommend either using a tick spoon or tweezers. Either way, pretty basic. Tweezers, you just grab as close to the skin as possible and gently lift up.
People say, be careful not to detach the head. Is that
better if you can get the whole tick out.
Right.
If you can't get the head out, we normally recommend calling your doctor. You're probably going to be fine. It will come out on its own eventually, but it tends to lead to local irritation.
Right.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, what's the deal with burning it out? I mean, is that not a good idea?
That's not a good idea.
I didn't think so because
I
always heard that. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're putting something that hot, that close to your skin. That can't be a good idea.
They breathe out of their rear, and if you put Vaseline on them, they'll back themselves out.
That's probably true, but it will take a long time.
Sure, and that's just...
It will take a long time.
Yeah,
you're better just to grab them.
Off as soon as possible.
Do you ever feel like you have something crawling on you?
No, about right now, yeah, I do. No.
The other good thing if there is a good thing about Lyme disease, the ticks have to be attached for more than 24 hours to transmit the disease.
Exactly.
It's biology. The blood has to get into their stomach.
Oh, so if you catch it right away, you're in good shape.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's why we wanted people to do tick checks every day. If you're checking every day and you're getting the ticks off every day, they're not going to be attached for more than 24 hours.
Especially if you're out in the woods all the time and doing that type of thing. Oh, very interesting.
And check in the bizarre places. Check between your toes. Check. in
Because you
cracks
really don't
and
feel when a tick
crevices.
bites you, do
No,
you?
you do
Not
not.
You
always.
kind of have to see it on you to
Yep.
know that you have it on you.
Yep.
Oh, see, that's a bummer. They should bite you like, well, of course, you don't feel a black fly bite either
You
until it
do,
starts swelling
depends.
up. I don't. I never have. But it would be nice if they pinched the living heck out of
It
you
would be.
so you would know, but they don't, unfortunately.
No, they're-
Wow.
I mean, there was a picture that I just saw on Facebook of a kid who had it like in his lower eyelashes.
Ooh,
So I mean,
ouch.
you need to look everywhere.
That I would go to the doctor for,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Now, the CDC, do you have information on a website about all this information here?
Absolutely. Maine.gov/Lyme is everything
Oh,
you could ever want to
easy.
know.
Very good. So you can read up on it. That's and prevent Lyme disease
Absolutely.
for the rest of this summer, because how long do the ticks stay around till, like October or so?
The ticks are around anytime the temperature is above 40 degrees.
Oh,
So they can
boy.
be out year round.
So it could be quite a while, yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Sarah. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very informative. Thanks a lot.